Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another of my videos. Today I'm bringing you guys the newest best element tier list of Shindo Life. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, like, for more, and let's get right into the video, guys. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the common elements first. So the first common element I'm actually going to be doing is air. Air, in my opinion, is a very meh bloodline overall. I feel like air is very overshadowed by almost all of the other common bloodlines. I feel like air is going to need a buff in the future because I feel like air is actually going to be the weakest common element in the game. Next up is going to be acid. Acid I'm going to be putting in really good simply because it's basically a replacement of bubble. Acid is basically just a bubble as an element, but the first ability can be used to do like half the HP of someone. It used to be able to one shot, but it can't anymore. And also is basically just liquid times 2. Next up is going to be combustion. Combustion I'm going to be putting at the bottom really good. I feel like combustion is a very damage oriented element, which is very good, but I feel like damage oriented elements just aren't very good for the meta right now, and that's why it's going to be at the bottom of really good. Next up is going to be Flame. I know you guys are not going to believe this. I'm going to be putting Flame at the bottom of really good. The first ability of Flame is one of the single best element abilities in the entire game. And with that, the first ability can actually be used for combo extending and much more. The first ability of Flame is very insane. It has less hand signs than the combustion equivalent. However, it does do a lot less damage. Next up is going to be Liquid. I'm going to be putting Liquid in the bottom of really good again. Below Flame, actually. I feel like Liquid Water Prison is one of the single best stuns in the game for combos, but it is very, very hard to hit. But it can be useful for one-shot combos overall if you can actually land it. Also, the wave mood of Liquid is actually very good and very nice. Next up is going to be Shiver. Shiver is going to be at the top of Broken for now. I feel like Shiver is a very under... ever since the nerf of it, I feel like kind of overhyped a little bit because the last two abilities are now on the stun global cooldown because they do stun for a very long time. However, they still do a bunch of damage. Shiver also still does job almost perfectly. I've had a bunch of movesets where I actually did not use a stun on the global cooldown at all in my entire moveset, so I feel like Shiver is still very, very useful and still very good. Next up to be Shock. Shock is going to be in good simply because of the versatility that brings when it comes to stuns. However, I feel like a lot of the moves, it has too many hand signs or it doesn't do enough damage to be regarded as a really good element, but it still is good. Next up is going to be Stone. I'm going to be putting Stone above Air on Men. Now, the reason for this is because I feel like Stone is majorly a defensive element, and elements as defense, while it isn't bad, Cement is just overall a lot better for defense, while Cement also does a lot more damage than Stone, but Stone still is very good for defense. Next up is going to be Yin. Now, I'm going to be putting Yin at the bottom of really good. Now, I feel like Yin is a lot worse than Yang, simply because Yin does not stun when you do the abilities. However, it still does a crap ton of damage, and it is a damage-oriented KG, but it actually does less damage than Combustion. Next up is to be Yang. Yang's going to be at the bottom of Broken. It is basically just Yin with stuns. It does a little bit less damage, but it is basically just Yin with stuns. And Yin with stuns, as you guys may assume, is very OP and very good. Next up is going to be Cement. Cement, in my opinion, is going to be in really good at the top of really good because the defensive elements of Stone are there, while it also does a crap ton of damage. And if you use Cement right, the stuns on it are absolutely insane for combos. It can practically be liquid times 2 as well when it comes to Water Prison, because Cement Floor is one of the best stuns in the entire game. It just is really hard to hit sometimes. And last of the elements in this tier list is going to be Gale. Gale, I'm going to be putting in really good below Combustion but above Flame. I feel like the Gale Slam has taken over and it is the new meta of the slams in the game are going to be Yang Slam and Gale Slam. Gale Slam does a crap ton of damage, and it is very good and not on the global stun cooldown. And also is one of the longest lasting stuns in the game for movement in general. And also, the Gale move where it does like shockwaves around you can break block, and it is also a very good AoE stun for team fights. Anyways, guys, it's going to actually be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, like, for more, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.